Hello and welcome to another episode of Japanese Anime Mania, or JAM. Now, I enjoy watching romantic anime, and so when it comes into comedic parts, I'm like, alright, let's see what we can go with. There are plenty of examples of comedic, romantic anime. And like I said in my Toradora review way back when, episode 1, I enjoy having the tsundere trope. But the thing is though, is that sometimes the tsundere gets a little bit too annoying for me. The tsundere is the main focal point of this show, and might I also mention that, yes, it is a romantic anime, but it's also, the tsundere is the main character's sister. That's not going to be a problem, is it? For today, we will be reviewing Oreimo. Let's go. Our story begins with our main character, Kyosuke. He's 17 in high school, and he just doesn't get along with his sister. They just been separated. They just don't get along too much. He's just, the normal, average high school student, while she's the athletic one. She's outgoing. She's just out there. She's into modeling. She's just great and everything. And he's just bleh. So one day, when he's walking out of his house and he sees a disc, he looks down at it and it's a magical girl anime. Well, he realizes, I don't watch anime. Neither does mom and dad. And surely my sister doesn't. Well, just out of curiosity, he opens it up and he founds eroge, which if you don't know what eroge is, it's pretty much hentai. He's like, whoa, this is definitely not mine, and I do not want a part of this. Well, eventually he finds out that it belongs to his sister Kirino. So, yeah, it turns out Kirino has been a closet otaku for a very long time. But due to her popularity and such, she doesn't know how to express herself to the public about it, because she's like, but everyone knows me for the way I am as an athlete, as a good student, as a model, and if I show them this nerdy side of me, they might think differently about it. So she goes to Kyosuke for some help and whatnot, and he's like, yeah, I'll help you, and let's just help integrate both parts of your life together. And that's what I like about this show, because it doesn't necessarily start off as a romantic kind of deal. And I don't think of it that way just because he's an older brother trying to help his little sister, trying to get through life in this kind of situation. And just kind of endearing to me. So, like I said before, we're going to go over our quick character list. But the thing is, though, is that for this character list, usually for a harem kind of show, I'm not going to go over every bit of it. But for this one, I kind of have to, because there's a lot of the strife and kind of what got me started in the waifu war, because I'm not fighting the Nisekoi war right now. I'm still reading it, so I don't want to watch the show. I've heard it's good, so don't spoil it for me, okay? So I've already mentioned Kyosuke and Kirino, so let's move on to our next characters. Our third character is Ayase, who is Kirino's best friend, also a model, and she also kind of sees the whole otaku lifestyle as kind of abhorrish and gross and weird, and not meant for girls like her and Kirino, because she doesn't know Kirino's side. That's kind of why Kirino doesn't want to expose that side to the public, just because she's afraid that she might lose her friends, she might lose her modeling job. She doesn't want to go through all that. Then we have Kyosuke's childhood friend, Manami. And as Kirino explains later on, she seems kind of bland. And she is. When I first saw her, I was like, she doesn't seem like a good type of person for Kyosuke. Throughout the show, you're supposed to be rooting for those two, but we all know who a lot of us were cheering for. With our last person, of course, we were all cheering for Ruri. And by Ruri, I mean Kuroneko, because, come on, she is the best one out of all this. Throughout the show, Kuroneko and Kirino would always just bash heads at each other just because they had clashed personalities. But that's what made it funny, because you could see the stark difference between the two. To their appearance, to their method of life, even to their otaku needs. Like, Kirino is obsessed with, I guess you could say, magical girl anime, just, like shows meant for kids, while Kuroneko is obsessed with seinen kind of shows. So, like, older kind of anime. But again, the show wants you to root for Kyosuke and Kirino together, and take it or leave it, it's up to you. I will go ahead and say that the song playing right now is the opening to the first season, and that song is being sung by none other than Miku-tan. So, go ahead and just listen to it while I'm going over the segment. For animation and sound, there was a good bit of animation that I enjoyed. Some of it was recycled every now and then, but I could still enjoy seeing all the different parts of Japan as well as Akihabara just represented in this show. I really like seeing all the trains, I like seeing all of the background, and then some of the other pieces of artwork, and it was just like, I can get down with this. And with these box sets from Aniplex, yeah, I kind of got to see a little bit more just because a lot of it came with the art booklets. So I got to see more detailed work. I will say that I really enjoyed the first opening and the second opening. But the thing is though, is that the endings were always different. There was a bunch of different endings for every episode. So every time I was like, oh, a new song. So I got to sit through each one and listen to each one on its own and judge by its own merit. As well as these box sets came with each Inslate card, so I get to see each Inslate and a picture. And I was like, I'm fine with that because again, they took the time and effort to animate another Inslate card for each episode. Now, quick warning right quick, because it's kind of weird, but on Crunchyroll, they don't have all the episodes from Season 1 or Season 2. In Season 1, there's a total of 12 episodes on Crunchyroll, but there's actually 3 more to go after that. And then Season 2, there's 13 episodes on Crunchyroll, but again, there's 3 more after that. So, you know, going from Crunchyroll, it's like, okay, time for the next episode. And then I'm super confused on what's going on because they just didn't have it. So you'd have to go on, and I'll explain where you have to find the rest of the stuff later on. For the final verdict, I enjoyed the show. I know some people might not like it just because of the whole brother-sister innuendo kind of deal. But again, I'm not thinking of it in that kind of situation. I take it in such a way that they don't like each other in that way. As much as I do enjoy it, I would have to say to stream it. Just because it's good for what it is. I would say buy, but the thing is though is that as much as I love Kuroneko and as much as I love Kirino and Kyosuke and all the other characters, Kirino just kind of breaks it for me. If she was toned down a little bit, maybe I would have said buy it. But the thing is though is that, you know, if you go on any internet forum and you see the best waifu or whatever, or just the best tsundere, and she's nearly there at the top just because she's just so annoying and just mean to Kyosuke, and the entire time I'm like, he's trying to help you, like chill out, I'm sorry, but you're being a jerk to him, there's no need for it. Oreimo is licensed by Aniplex Entertainment and is streamable on Crunchyroll, and as I said, you can get both seasons on Crunchyroll, but then you're going to be having to look for those lost episodes, which were internet specials for some reason at the time, and they just never re-released them on Crunchyroll. So, you can find them on kissanime.com. For alternate recommendations, I would have to say, first off, Haganai. Haganai's main plot is just that there's the main character boy, and he doesn't have any friends, and he meets one girl called Yozora, who is pretty much Kuroneko, just in an older form. As well as later on, there's another girl called Senna, who is like Kirino in an older form. Really, the similarities are strikingly scary. I'm like, oh, that's cool and weird and funny at the same time. And Haganai is a really funny show as well. Haganai is licensed by Funimation and is streamable on their website. For an alternate recommendation, I'm going to go all the way back to episode 1 and say Toradora, just because the tsundere trope is real. And again, I enjoy the tsundere trope as much as everyone else, but, you know, Taiga just is queen of it all, because, come on, Taiga is Taiga. You can't argue with the palm top tiger, okay? You can't argue with that. Toradora is licensed by Nice America and is streamable on Crunchyroll. Once again, I want to give a big thank you to Miku-tan for allowing me to use her cover of Irony. And if you want, it's right here. And if you want, just go ahead and subscribe to her right about here. So go ahead and subscribe to her and listen to all of her great tracks. She is a great vocalist and, I mean, just phenomenal. So go ahead, give her a like, go see all of her great content. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a good one.